All right, welcome everybody after the couple takes. I'm your co-host Steve Markey, and always joined by
Charles here.
Now, my lippy little I want an iPhone daughter is here as well.
Don't come for me like that.
But she's not the one we care about. We got a special guest. We have Raven from the Teen Titans in studio.
Are you named after the Teen Titan girl? Or Raven Simone?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who Raven Simone is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was going to say, I was waiting for her to be like, no, you old man.
So say hello, Raven. Say hello to the crowd.
Hi.
Yeah, oh, man. She's excited. Now, Raven is...
She seems nervous. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Relax. It's okay.
We're just two idiots sitting around in a living room or in an office.
Yeah, now, Raven, how long have you and Holly been going to school together?
I have no idea. Since the 4th grade. I think,
grade.
yeah.
So you're a party kid, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to party? Did you like party?
No.
Okay. But it was close to your house.
Yeah.
Right?
That was only good.
And so now you're in 9th grade in Annapolis with Holly, right?
Yep.
And what are some of your classes and teachers you got? I know Holly's.
Well, I have... Did I say the teachers' names?
No, you just...
You got warrants, Raven? What are you saying? What is
Well,
going
we've
on?
already covered a lot of the teachers anyway, so you feel free if you want.
Well, I have, my first hour is layman. So that's math, which sucks.
What are you, like a math kid, science kid,
No.
reading kid, English kid? What do you do?
Art class?
I'm in theater arts.
Oh.
Right now, so that's
Who runs theater arts at Annapolis now? Miss Petrus back in the day.
Mr. Bergeron.
What?
Yeah.
Now, do you know you're sitting in the room with a former stage star?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sitting across
Yes.
from you.
Oh.
I took
He was
theater
in
arts
Annapolis
for
Theater.
3 years, yeah.
And he played a tree.
I was a tree.
That's true.
I was a Winky in
He's so
Wizard of
professional.
Oz, yes. I did all the set design because I sometimes know how to draw.
Sometimes. So Mr. Bergeron teaches you in theater
What does
arts?
Bergeron know about theater arts?
Kid.
He has a degree, from what I saw.
In theater arts?
Yeah. He went to Michigan.
He went to Eastern, I thought.
Yeah, he went to Eastern.
They have, like, the things on, like, outside their doors. It says where they went
Sounds
to
like
college.
he bought one.
Well, he might have went to after you get your bachelor's,
Over
Masters?
master's at Michigan. I think he did actually. So, yeah, if you don't know, we graduated with Mr. I graduated with Mr. Bergeron.
I've lived with Mr.
Yeah,
Bergeron.
we've
Yeah.
known him a long,
Literally.
long time.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm sorry for that.
so what play are you guys currently working on? In theater?
We're doing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, what are you going to be, Oompa Loompa?
I actually am.
Are you
Oh,
Oompa
yeah.
Loompa?
But I'm
Word?
actually the narrator, and I'm also Charlie's mom.
Charlie's mom? You're
Yeah.
Mrs. Bucket?
Yeah.
How did you know that last name?
I love Willy Wonka, dude. I'm not even going to pretend.
You get to sing the Oompa Loompa songs.
No, it's gonna take too long. I didn't
I
bother
never
trying
thought
to
that I
practice.
could be anything but Good morning. I love Willy Wonka,
There's
dude.
something wrong with you.
Dude, admittedly, I love it.
So that sounds like a fun play. When
Yeah.
is it supposed
Who's
to be
playing
up?
Grandpa Joe?
That would
I think
be.
you're gonna know.
I gotta see if he's got the acting chops.
His name is Donovan Smith.
No.
Not D. Smith. D. Smith?
So...
What's wrong with that, Ollie?
Dude, you guys are bagging on a kid right now?
No.
They say his name and they both cracked up.
Yeah,
so I
that
don't
ain't
know.
good, man.
Something wrong with that kid.
Dude.
Holly's like dying.
No.
Yeah, we got like inside
I don't know if I
baseball.
should-
I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh my gosh.
So there you
So
go.
which one of you two have a crush on D.
No.
Smith?
No, it's not
He
that.
tried to rap at the talent show.
No, Holly.
So, poor Donovan Smith don't even know he's getting crapped on a random podcast.
They don't watch.
Who plays Willy? Who's Willy Wonka?
His name is Sean, and he's really good. He sounds just like him.
Cool.
Too.
Has he got the Gene Wilder limp kind of thing?
No, but
Are we doing the Johnny Depp version or the old school version?
the Johnny Depp one.
Oh,
yeah.
man, you guys are ruining
I know.
it.
I haven't seen the original one.
You haven't?
No, I probably have, but it's.
Have you seen the OG one?
Isn't it that guy who has like the brown curly hair?
I think you're slowly becoming dead to me right now. What do you mean,
I
Gene
think-
Wilder?
Yeah, I seen it because my mom likes
Oh,
it
it's
a lot.
amazing. Oh my God, Raven, you have to watch it.
I will.
They're doing the new one with Johnny Depp.
So that's got a different ending. I can go into the differences between the two if you want me to. So I have an affinity to that movie that I cannot even begin to tell you. I love it. I think it's like that and Stand By Me was like my childhood.
I like that movie except for the creepy part on the boat where they're all like going.
Dude,
into
the faster and faster.
Yes.
It's like super trippy.
You really got to watch the 70s.
Oh
one,
my
Raven.
God,
It'll
it's
blow
so
your
good.
mind.
Willy Wonka's
Vivo went
amazing.
down for some reason.
So you let me know. Let me know when you're doing that. So we'll send Holly.
So there you go. You theater arts. Do you play any sports, Raven?
Does cheerleading count as a sport or no?
Does what?
Cheerleading?
Yeah,
Not
sure.
really.
I guess, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I did that, and
Did
I
you-
did soccer when I was younger.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm doing ballet now and
Wow.
dance.
Ballet, where at?
It's at the rec center.
Dearborn Heights?
Yeah,
Okay. The Richard A. Young Center?
yeah.
Yeah. We remember a time when that wasn't even built.
Yeah, we were around before it was built up. And now all the kids hang out there. That's cool. So after Annapolis and you're done with high school, do you have anything like you want to go into, like far as like a job or career?
Acting is pretty much what I've been
Oh, yeah?
focused on for
Man,
years.
you gonna
now.
move to the West Coast?
Yep.
You're like, I'm out of here. You don't have to see the snow anymore. You move
Yeah.
out there. Oh, well,
So Holly wants to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And you want to be an actor.
Yeah.
You taking like acting classes or just doing the theater arts through school?
Just the theater arts one, but I want
Okay.
to branch out until like I was high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You gonna do like Dearborn Players Guild stuff and all that?
Yeah.
So you got stiff competition. The one thing I will tell you that I know you're not a fan of Crestwood High School, but the theater arts department at Crestwood's really good. So that's the one thing
I
that
went to one of the plays.
yeah, they're pretty good over there. That's the one thing that Crestwood can put together. They can't do much else, but they're pretty good at theater arts.
I heard the English teacher over there would paint.
She's terrible.
Yeah, I heard she's terrible. So there you go. So now one thing Holly's in love with, right, Holly, is Snapchat and Instagram, correct?
Yeah.
So Raven, out of the two, what would you prefer? What can't you live without?
Instagram.
Oh man, what is so great about Instagram?
It's a lot.
I enjoy
better.
Instagram.
Is Instagram like?
I'm with these two.
Now, what are your thoughts, you two, on Facebook? Is that where all the old
No.
people hang out?
No.
Why? What's wrong with Facebook?
Facebook is like
That's
I
for
guess
old people
Yeah,
nowadays.
it's like for
Oh.
your parents, pretty much.
Not for me. I'm not on Facebook. I'm with the cool kids at Instagram.
Yeah. Everyone always
Yeah.
says old,
Don't you look at me like
everyone
that.
always says Facebook's for
Yeah.
old people.
You only
Oh.
use Facebook for like if you have a game and like get free points to
Oh,
sign up
yeah.
for Facebook.
Oh.
Like tie-ins
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
So you
that's
keep
pretty
like
much
a bogus account just to get extra
Yeah,
points in
just
games?
get
Now, I thought that Snapchat, and I could be wrong here, but Snapchat began like inappropriately because they disappear and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's, I hope, as I'm talking to both of you, that nothing
That's not the reason why
inappropriate
you said
is going
it.
on in your
I don't
guys'
even have
Snapchat. Not that
Snapchat.
you would tell us with your dad in the room, but nothing inappropriate about you two.
Now, Raven, do you do streaks? I hear streaks all the time.
I
We just said
don't.
nothing inappropriate.
No, okay. Holly, explain what a streak is.
You really don't know what it is? Okay, so a streak is
I'm not on Snapchat.
you'll send like how you can send pictures back and forth. You'll send one every single day to one person, and it'll say streaks on it. Like the image, it could be whatever. I just do like a black screen and it says streaks on it, and then you send it to someone.
What's the point of it if it's a black screen? You're supposed to be documenting your life and sharing your life story.
I don't want people to. No, why do people need to see stuff? I just do a black screen and then send streaks.
She literally does streaks every day.
I
of her
had
life.
50 streaks.
And
That's
they're all
not.
pointless.
And my highest one is almost. It's like over 300 days
What do you
or
mean
something.
highest? What does that mean?
Like how many days you've been doing it. I had one and it was almost 400 and I lost it. I was so mad.
And it was just a black screen you were sending to random people.
Well, my friends, even though some of them are random, some people I just don't know.
I don't get the point of that.
So wait, so how okay. How does one get a streak? So you send it to me, and then I send it to Steve.
No, you send it back to me. I send it to you, you send it
So
back to me.
it's like Instagram ping pong is basically what we're doing. We're back and forth.
Snapchat ping pong.
But yeah, I'm sorry. But you're supposed to be sending a picture back and forth.
Yeah.
Is there a time limit?
You have 24 hours to send one back and forth.
Who did you have 400 with? Raven?
No. It was, one was with the girl named Melissa, who I'm not even friends with, and then another one was, my longest one right now is with my friend named Chloe.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's either Chloe or Brie that I have the longest one with.
Wow.
Didn't Christopher do it with you for a while?
We still have one, even though one of us lost it. I'll just blame him for that one. I'm not sure who really lost it, but I'll blame him.
What is the point of sending a blank
It's just
screen
ping
back
pong.
and forth?
Yeah, I don't understand.
A lot of people will send themselves as streaks. I don't know why. No one really wants
So
to
they
see
own
them.
2 accounts, is what you're saying? Like they send it from account A to account B kind of
Like, you,
thing?
like send a picture of a dog or Lily or Daisy. Or
That's
something?
what it was supposed to be. They're just gaming the system so they can go, I'd 400. Meanwhile, there's been no content.
And what
on
is the
it.
point of it? You win something?
No, you
get
don't win anything. It's just like a thing to have. It ups your snap score, though, even though I don't think there's
What
point in
is
that.
a snap score?
A snap score is your total score overall. I have
Score of what?
65,000.
What does that mean?
Does that get you like a bar of chocolate? Willy Wonka
No,
style?
it doesn't do anything. It's just, I guess, your score.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it does.
Oh, man. Well, there we go. I'm more confused about streaks than I was when I started. I'm not sure. And Raven, you don't do these streaks.
No, I don't even have Snapchat on my phone.
Oh,
I don't like it.
I don't blame
I like Raven.
you. Now, Raven,
Instagram.
are you a big Netflix, YouTube?
Yeah.
What,
She's wearing a glow shirt.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love that
gorgeous
shit.
women in wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some of Raven's top 5 shows that you suggest to us old guys should watch that you enjoy?
Well, I think you talked about Disenchantment on here before.
Yeah, well, I saw that.
Disenchantment's the Matt Groening one,
Yeah, it's like
correct?
the Simpsons medieval.
Yeah.
You really like that
I
one?
love that show.
Wow.
I'm waiting
Do you
for
watch the regular
Pops.
Simpsons or just...
I used to, but not anymore.
Okay.
It sounds like everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have any. The Crown is
It's
a
amazing.
favorite.
This kid is burying you, Holly. Just so we're on the same page.
I've cried over that show. That's
The
like
show's
my
awesome.
favorite.
Yeah.
I don't really have any.
I can't agree with you on the Glow one, though. The Glow was terrible.
I liked Glow. I
What?
watched Glow.
I did not
That
like
was,
Glow.
I like that show a lot.
It felt like it was like shoehorning too much stuff in for me. I think it was like checking boxes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it.
American Horror Story is
Holly's
one of
mom
my
likes it.
favorites.
Very
Yeah, my
popular.
mom watches that.
What else?
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Friends. I like that show a lot.
What is it with friends? in
We
this
just talked about
generation?
it,
I watched The Handmaid's Tale with my mom though.
Wow. How'd you stay awake?
It was just so interesting. It was a lot.
Did you actually like the show or just took one for the
I
team
liked
and
this
watched
show.
it with
It
your
was,
mom?
like
it
trying to
was
be
really
cool
good
with mom.
show. What else? I don't really Adventure Time. That's over
Oh,
though.
yeah, that's...
That's a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah.
That show's ended?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it did.
It's really popular. I know that.
Yeah.
American Dad.
Rick and Morty?
His face.
I don't like American Dad.
No? You don't like American
I like
It's
Family
funny,
Guy.
like Roger's really
It's over
funny.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Family Guy, yeah.
I don't really
Oh,
watch
Do you
anything
have any new
else.
Netflix shows? You seem like you're waiting to just
Me?
chomp at the bit to chime in.
Yeah, what were you watching today before that you said you had to watch?
I started 5 different shows to try and find one to watch. And it was very difficult.
What 5? Oh, okay. What 5
The
shows
Holly
did you
rabbit hole.
start? Yeah, here we go.
I started the show called Dynasty. I got to episode 8. And
That's the remake of the '80s show, correct?
Yeah.
I got to episode 8, and I just don't know if I can go further. Kind of slow.
Wait, you got through 8 episodes in one day? We
No,
were
not in
going
one
for
day.
5
It's
hours.
been multiple, days. And then I watched it. It started this movie. I don't even know what it was. And I started it because I knew an actor in it. And then it wasn't good. So I stopped. I was rewatching one show. Then I was like, well, I'm tired of it. So I was looking for something else. And I started Grey's Anatomy. And I was like, wow, this show is really long. So,
I can't believe you want to sit through Grey's Anatomy.
dude, it's 14 seasons. I was like, I don't know about this.
I don't watch Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy is a rough watch. So, all right, now Now, one thing with Raven is that a lot of people are these days. I understand you're a huge pop collector.
Yes.
Oh man, Charles loves them.
Dude, they're so. I didn't have a problem with it until I went into your house.
Oh well, my wife's the same.
And then it was the whole thing.
So, what is your What is your most exclusive / favorite pops that you own? Like a couple of them.
Well, I have a big Star Wars collection of pops.
Admiral Akbar.
Yes, for sure.
That's got
Kit Fisto.
Huh?
Kit Fisto.
He's that Jedi with the squid
Yeah.
things hanging from him from the original series.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
No.
No.
Oh, I don't have that one. I have that Groot one right there.
Which one?
The baby Groot. And I just got a new one, Captain Marvel.
Oh, from the movie?
Yeah, I am a big Marvel fan.
Did you guys ever eat the cereal that we talked about on the podcast? You guys ever find that at all?
The
Golden
Pop
Girls and
cereal.
all that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we couldn't find
The
it.
pop cereal is $15 a box.
Don't you get a pop in it though?
It's this big.
I don't know.
Didn't know that. I know it's bright blue and disgusting. Now, when you buy your pops, where are you primarily getting yours at?
Mostly from Barnes and Nobles or this comic book store I go to.
What comic books are you
Big Bins.
Yeah, down in
yeah,
Allen Park.
yeah.
Yeah. We've been going there for years.
Yeah.
So we tried to find Motor City Mo there.
Yeah. So Steve was OG Big Ben's
Yeah, I've
for
been down,
years.
you know
ago.
that store has moved places about six
yeah.
different times. He's always chasing cheaper rent. So the pops are the big thing. And now also you're a big just Star Wars fan in general.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about that earlier. Now you know that Disney's coming out with a streaming service with brand new Star Wars series in it. The Mandalorian it's about Boba Fett's people.
That's a Jon Favreau joint too, right? Jon
So
Favreau.
that should be pretty good. I will say, did you see the Star Wars Resistance, the cartoon?
The Clone Wars? Is that
No, there's a new one out. It's on Disney XD called Star Wars Resistance.
You were lukewarm on it. You didn't like
it's pretty
that.
terrible.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you saw it.
It sounds familiar, but no.
Yeah, it's about racing and stuff, but they don't ever really race, and I don't know. It's terrible. I don't know what's going on.
Why is it about racing?
I don't know. It's some kind of pod, not pod racing, but regular jet ship racing and stuff like that. So now Holly obviously puts on a fake face in front of her parents, and then acts different around friends. Is Holly actually as nice as she makes out to be, or is she kind of a douche? Ooh, it's your chance.
I don't know.
She didn't save you, Holly. She just let
It's
you
because
out
I
the
make
door.
fun of people.
Oh,
Why are you making fun of people? That's bullying.
I
It's
do.
2019.
Okay.
You're not supposed to do that. You're a bad person.
It just sometimes it has to be said.
So there it is. Holly is fake.
I could have told you that one
We're
myself.
waiting on that one. All right, we're going to look at some new movies and new other stuff that came out this week. And then we'll get Raven and Holly's opinion on them. Probably just call us an old guy. Okay.
So this first one you brought up, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, well, I saw previews on this watching something else, and it looked a lot better in the previews than it actually was. Now, let me ask the girls, though, first. Have either one of you ever heard of the word Netscape?
No.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
Time travel?
You want me to guess? I'm thinking it's traveling.
Okay,
Networks.
you guys couldn't be further.
Just whatever buzzword.
Have you guys ever heard of Google Chrome?
Yes.
i.e. Internet Explorer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Netscape was. This was back before those two were around.
Yeah.
Netscape was a browser and a big company. It was huge. Actually worth $3.2 billion at one point. There's a show called Valley of the Boom that was on National Geographic Channel. I had a hard time finding it. I thought it was going to be a made-for-TV movie, but it was done up more like a History Channel show where experts talk and stuff like that. It wasn't all that good, but there are some points into it that Netscape, being the browser, what put them out of business was Microsoft just made Internet Explorer.
So
And
wait, Internet Explorer didn't exist at that point?
Right. It didn't
I guess I
exist.
didn't know that.
So to surf the
What
internet,
browser was baked into AOL? Was AOL like a proprietary browser on the inside of it?
it was an
I can't-
AOL browser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the biggest one before Microsoft did Internet Explorer was Netscape, and they charged. You bought a disk, and you installed it. All
the
that.
discs that were
Yeah.
like constantly in landfills.
So imagine now you guys got a new laptop or a phone or something. You'd have to buy the browser to look at the internet. That's essentially what it was like in 1994, 1993.
So you're saying you don't have Google?
No, there's
Yeah,
no.
I can't imagine life without Google.
No.
I searched every single
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, there's no Google. It's all Netscape.
How long has Google been around?
Probably 99, 98, right?
No, it's got to be later than that. It's got to be like early 2000s, I would guess.
I don't know.
Because like
exactly.
1998 90 is like Alta Vista time was when you used Alta Vista for searching everything. Lycos and Ask Jeeves.
So now you're looking at a brief history of the old internet,
Yeah.
and it made that noise
Yeah,
with the
dial-up.
sign. And Holly, you were impatient as hell.
Yeah.
To load something took long.
Yeah.
Even a picture took like at least a minute to 2 or to load on the browser.
Yeah.
No.
You guys would have gone insane. Is that what you're
If
saying?
Google doesn't load in like 5 seconds, I'll open a new browser and search it again.
It's so weird. Like
so
they're gonna
impatient.
like they don't even know a life without high speed internet.
Yeah, I know, and that's what it was like.
So crazy.
The show kind of it wasn't that good, but they had some interesting things. And there was another thing called The Globe. Now, The Globe were two young guys who were 21, 22 years old, theglobe.com. They were trying to make a social network. This is in 94, where people can come, share pictures, videos, and all this. And it was kind of, they were trying to get money. They were Facebook before Facebook, but they tanked miserably.
I've never even heard of it.
Me either
Yeah.
until I saw this show. So,
No.
a couple interesting
Before
things.
Facebook, I think of MySpace before Facebook.
Yeah, now you guys know what MySpace is?
Yeah.
Barely.
Well, at least Raven's heard of it. Are we boring you yet, Raven? So Valley of the Boom wasn't that good. Stay away from it. Just Google Netscape to learn more.
Is there any known actors in it?
Yeah,
or?
Steve Zahn was in it.
Oh, okay.
The guy off the West Wing. I can't think of his name. But it was a couple in it, and I thought it was going to be a made-for-TV movie, but it wasn't. So kind of sucked. And then I did try last week. Gary Bolson was on, and we had the Grandma Brown beans.
He specifically brought these for us to
yes.
try.
And
He
Holly,
was
what
very
did you
proud.
think of those beans?
I thought they were all right, but I think my dad put extra brown sugar in it, like a whole cup.
You can't. No wonder your
He put
recent diagnosis.
He put
That's what the guy told me to do.
He put like a whole cup of brown sugar in it.
It wasn't a whole cup.
A half a cup of brown sugar in it, and it was a little too sweet, but I didn't think they were bad.
Yeah, they're a different texture than Bush's beans. There's like not a lot of fluid in them. It's all like
Thick.
Oh,
you know,
very dense.
Yeah, very dense.
Yeah.
But they were good. They were. I like.
He swore me down that you're supposed to put bacon with them or something like that.
We put
and
ham in it.
We put
Ham.
ham. We had some ham.
Okay.
Do you like beans, Raven?
Only bush beans.
Yeah, I like a bush bean.
Bush beans are good.
Bush beans are tasty. The steakhouse ones are really good.
Can't eat them now.
I was
Yeah, sure.
full disclosure. I was going to move this over to the taste test for the day, but then with your recent diagnosis, I was like, I don't know if he can eat this anymore. So I was like, well, we'll just have to talk about it because I don't know if he's supposed to have these.
Now you're looking at ESPN Plus, right?
Yeah. So right now behind me is ESPN Plus. So
And this is $5. Now what's on here that's not on regular ESPN?
well, they put a lot of stuff. But the biggest thing, so UFC just signed, so they basically are moving over from Fox Sports. Just in fact, this week was the big merger thing.
Now, do you
where,
girls know what UFC is?
I don't know what it stands for, but I know it's dudes just punching each other in the face.
Yeah, good enough. You're close
that's
enough.
mixed martial arts. That's an
Ultimate
art.
Fighting Championship.
Yeah. So they just now migrated over to the ESPN Plus or ESPN platform. So now they're full tilt ESPN, all UFC stuff. So tonight, and it'll be playing on behind me. I don't know if I'm supposed to be broadcasting this on YouTube or whatever, but I am. Is on for $5 a month. You can sign up for ESPN Plus, which gives you a lot more content. They put a lot of stuff. There's one other show I wanted to talk about. It's called Detail with Peyton Manning, which is awesome. But they put this stuff up there, and so tonight on that ESPN Plus service, so for $5 a month, you can get an actual title fight. So TJ Dillashaw is going to fight Henry Cejudo, or whatever, I believe I'm saying his name right. I don't know, whatever. Little guys are going to fight. The big thing is TJ Dillashaw is going down a weight class, going to fight, because that's the big new thing in UFC. You want to be a champ in 2 different weight classes. Apparently, that's like the new hotness. But anyway, I think the service is good. I don't think they have enough content, in my opinion, to really justify $5 a month. But if you like cricket or you like these obscure sports, that exists on the ESPN Plus
Holly
platform.
loves cricket. She watches.
Raven, you into cricket?
Cricket what? Wireless?
Cricket wireless.
Yeah,
No, it's a
little
sport in
fuzzy-
England.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So anyway, I for $5 it's not much. To get some extra UFC content's pretty good, but then also what exists in the world is a UFC Fight Pass. So I don't know. There's also exclusive fights that take place on there. Right now, I think that they're doing a big push with this first fight on ESPN Plus because it's the bigger rival. I don't think 6 months from now you're going to get a title fight on ESPN Plus, would be my comment.
ESPN really nickels and dimes you, man, because one, they want you to have cable and the 50 different ESPNs. They want you to find all the things. You know, on the website, there's certain sections of the website cut off unless you become an ESPN. So the ESPNs, just throw money at them and they'll show you stuff.
To the point with the detail thing, if you are a football fan, and you want to see true nuance of like offensive, football, professional football, there's this thing called detail. So what happens is Peyton Manning goes through and breaks down an NFL game from the perspective of a quarterback and tells you like what they're looking for, what he's doing as far as calling on the line. It is fascinating. That's one of the coolest things so far that I caught on this ESPN Plus stuff.
That sounds good to me. Holly, Raven, you guys want to watch that? Breaking down a football game?
Raven fell asleep.
Yeah,
she's like, hell no. She's second guessing everything. Why am I on this podcast?
Yeah, exactly. And then the other one that's on there too for someone like BV, not only is there good football content, at least until you get to the end of it, you get 7 days for free. I'd say check it out first for sure. But there's also a Alabama Crimson Tide, the 2018 season had a show on the ESPN Plus, and I believe they're doing some stuff with Duke basketball as well. So, kind of a cool service. Definitely check it out and see if it's got enough content to warrant the $5. But I definitely want to see the fight tonight. I don't think it's going to be happening much in the future, though.
Yeah, because that'll cut in their pay-per-view money.
Yeah.
So, Aloe Black, he's the guy that's saying, "I'm the man, I'm the man."
Yes,
right?
correct.
Yes.
So.
He has 2 new albums?
He doesn't have any new albums. I just want to talk, so I picked...
I only know his one song. I didn't know he had more.
He's got that Brooklyn in the Summer song. Okay, anyway, I can't play it because we can't, but anyway, there's 3 CDs. I went down a whole rabbit hole. I want to talk about it a little later. I really started listening to him a lot more. He's got a cool vibe to him. He's got like that Bill Withers, kind of old soul kind of stuff that's really good. But the thing is, between the 3 albums, he goes all the way back to 2006 with that Shine Through album. Mm-hmm. That one had a way more of a hip hop vibe to it, and it wasn't so soulful as like the new stuff is. I didn't kind of like that one. But the newest album, the one he released a few years back, it's called Lift Your Spirit. That's the one with I'm the Man on it. It has the Awake song with him and Avicii.
Yeah, those 2 are the popular ones.
Yeah, no, it's really good stuff. It's really soulful, good stuff. I credit my love of Blackish for kind of turning me on to Aloe Black because he had a guest starring role in it, and he was actually playing on one of the... And like I said, I really went down a whole rabbit hole, and I just want to talk about how much I like the music now.
You girls a fan of Blackish?
Mm-hmm. It's
yeah.
alright.
Do you actually watch
Is it not on
I used to
Netflix?
watch
Is that
it.
what's going on?
I used to watch it, but not much anymore.
The divorce episodes threw you off, didn't
Do you know it did? They're amazing.
The divorce episodes were the terrible episodes. That's why. Were they separated? That's why. Okay, so there you go. Aloe Black with new albums or old albums?
Yeah, just check them out. I mean, if you like that older soulful music, it's great.
So you've been watching some random Netflix shows? Now, let's see if the Netflix
so
experts over here have heard
with
of
her
this.
glow shirt, and Holly's just annoying. So there's a show that just and it's trending on Netflix. It's called Slobby's World. Did you guys see this in your Netflix queue?
No.
I don't understand how they
I
get
didn't see it
completely.
either. I don't know what it is.
So anyway, this is a guy who owns a shop in Arizona where he goes around to thrift stores and buys 90s t-shirts and stuff and then basically flips them in his shop as like retro cool stuff. So he's buying these shirts for like $5 at Goodwill's and then selling them to hipsters
There's
such as
another show like
Raven
that.
and Holly here. Like, what's the name of it?
Well, it's not like just like that, but it's called Girl Boss, where she does the same thing. She buys stuff from thrift stores and sells it, but it's like based on a true story of how a girl started a business.
This is gonna be like Storage Wars all over.
Yeah, but his store's been around for a long time. He's one of these guys that's like super knowledgeable, like sneaker stuff too. You know what I'm talking about? Like where like he knows a ton about Jordans and all this kind of stuff. But I got sucked into it. I banged out the whole first season on Netflix for you too. You know what I mean? Yeah. I recommend you at least check it out. It's pretty cool for someone like us because a lot of the stuff he's talking about you can remember when he's bringing it up and all that kind of stuff. Like he's got a big affinity for like polo and all that kind of stuff. Like it's kind of cool. There's another episode or another show that just premiered called Droppin' Cash Los Angeles. So basically, this is the modern Cribs. I don't know. Do you guys remember Cribs on MTV?
Yeah.
So basically, they follow So, like, the first episode was Iggy Azalea, okay? She kind of tells you... It didn't seem like she had an opinion and stuff. So they basically follow her when she's going to go and drop a bunch of money on a bunch of jewelry. So that's the whole premise of the show. So, like, follow this family. Exactly. Like, terrible consumerism. So we can hate them even more? Yeah, I think the two of you would actually like...
Do they have anyone else?
They have a whole bunch of, like, modern singers that you guys would know that I can't stand.
Ariana Grande?
No Ariana Grande.
Probably.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Everything's Ariana Grande with us.
Here with the new song.
3 things Holly says in life. Shawn Mendes, Ariana Grande,
Sam
iPhone.
Mendes, and Ariana Grande, as we always know. Okay.
Juan Mendes, Ariana Grande.
I'm not a fan of Ariana Grande, I'll be honest with you. So anyway, it's a good show. It's kind of, like I said, like a Cribs thing. They kind of show you what they're doing, and then they take you out and drop a bunch of money irresponsibly. So you guys would probably dig that show.
Yeah.
And then the third show that I watched that I argued with Holly the last time she was on this show, Conan Without Borders, is on Netflix now. So you can stop watching James Corden, the crappy night show.
Don't watch him either.
Good.
I watch him on YouTube, not Conan, James Corden.
I hate you right now. Okay. So it's basically his show where he goes to Haiti, he goes to Italy, and then he just mixes it up with regular people. It's a great show. Conan's one of the funniest dudes. I don't care what these two are looking at me about.
They don't agree.
Yeah, his show is actually coming back on TBS in the 22nd, I believe. Yeah, on Monday or something like that. So, yeah, those are 3 random Netflix shows that I've watched all the episodes for, just randomly watch it. So I recommend all 3 of them.
How many episodes was in Slobby's world?
12.
And how long did it take you to watch all 12?
They're 30-minute episodes, so not even. They're 25-minute episodes, so...
I mean, did it take
a couple
you
of hours.
Days?
Yeah, I
watched some one day.
I'm not Holly. I didn't sit down.
That was the question I was going to ask Raven. So, Raven, when you find a show that you like on Netflix that you can binge, how long, say, 13 episodes, hour each, how long, does it take you a whole weekend, a week, a day? How long does it take you to binge?
A day.
A day.
So you're like Holly.
So you're like Holly, you're just cracking through it?
Yeah.
Oh,
do you watch your shows on a tablet as well?
It depends. Like, I watch it on my TV, but mostly on my phone.
So you have a TV in your room that
Yeah.
you watch a lot of TV shows on?
But you're watching it on your phone with the TV sitting there?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
It's just like, yeah.
All you kids are safe. Now, Raven, I know you said you're a Lord of the Rings fan. Have you heard the news that Amazon is getting a Lord of the Rings series?
That's not going to be good.
You don't think so?
They dropped
With that Amazon money?
They dropped close to $1 billion on it.
Well, if it's that much, then maybe. But I feel like they're better, like as a movie, not like as a TV series.
So you're saying if it's a TV series, they better have a humongous budget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So?
You might be right there.
I
heard they spent a lot.
Is Weta attached to it? Are they going to have the same like effects and look that the movies do? I wonder. I'm curious if they're going to like
Two
pivot.
of the writers are from the Lord of the Rings series. I know that. And Peter Jackson's not directing them, obviously,
But Weta's Weta's who created the look of that Lord of the Rings. Weta's the effect shop that Peter Jackson owns. So I hope, for the sake of like continuity, I hope it's all Weta stuff. Yeah.
It'll probably be a smaller story, take place in like a castle somewhere, and not too many sets on it.
Steve was screaming for armies.
Yeah, there'll be no armies. I'll be depressed. Well, that's Lord of the Rings. The highlight of Lord of the Rings is all the armies, right? Right, Raven?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a lot of killing. All the highlights. So now we're gonna do our favorite section. This Charles loves this every week. This is rapid fire. So we're gonna give you new releases, and each one of you will say, "Yes, I want to see that." "No, I don't want to see that." Or "What?" Don't even know what that is. So
Could there possibly be a maybe?
Yeah, or a maybe. I guess you could say either way. So the first up, we're doing Blu-rays, new on Blu-ray this week. Now the first one coming out this week is called Once Upon a Deadpool 2. Now, what this is, they edited Deadpool 2 some and made it PG-13 and added a small bit with Fred Savage. I already seen Deadpool 2, so I'm a no. Raven, what do you think?
Maybe.
Maybe. Holly, what do you think?
No, I saw the one with you, so.
Yeah.
No. Terrible comic book movies.
Blu-ray also, Goosebumps 2. Now, I enjoyed the first one with Jack Black. I don't think Jack Black
is he in this one?
He has a small cameo, I think that's it. So Goosebumps 2, I am a maybe. Raven?
No.
No.
Maybe.
No.
So now, and the last one coming out on Blu-ray is with Ryan Gosling. Are you guys familiar with him? You know who he is? He's First Man. He plays an astronaut, Buzz Aldrin. Is it?
Sounds right.
One of the
Something
first astronauts to go to the moon. First Man. I'm a yes. I like historical stuff. Raven?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
I knew how this was going to
I'm a yes on that one. I think it looks really good. It's also got a lot of award show hype.
Now, at the theaters this week, coming out, the big third movie of the trilogy, Glass, with Samuel L. Jackson, James McAvoy, Bruce Willis.
Let me pause rapid fire here for a minute. What are the 3 movies it's based on?
Split?
Unbreakable, Split,
yeah.
and then Glass is the third one.
Oh, okay. So Unbreakable had the Bruce Willis character with the Samuel L. Jackson character. And then the James McAvoy character is specifically in the Split movie.
Yeah.
Did M. Night Shyamalan write or direct the Split movie?
He did all 3.
Oh, okay. So he is the ipso facto. So this, in theory, this should all tie the whole universe together.
Yeah. So for this movie, I'm a no because I'll watch it on DVD. Raven?
Yes.
Ooh, she wants to go to the theater and see it.
Not in theater, but maybe on Blu-ray or whatever.
I would have to do a lot of homework. I don't remember Unbreakable. I would be a yes, I think. Yeah, it sounds...
Unbreakable.
It looks amazing, too.
The gist was Bruce Willis survived a train crash.
They're supposed to be pseudo superheroes.
He's like
right?
a superhero and doesn't know it.
Yeah.
But Samuel Jackson does know it. So he's just trying to put him through.
Aren't they like evil to one another too? Yeah.
Yeah. And Samuel Jackson's got this disease where his bones are real brittle. So they don't really. Everything he does is kind of mental.
At least it's something different in the comic book world.
Yeah, that's true. Now this other one come out. I don't know much about it. Keanu Reeves is in it. It's called Replicas. It looks like a very sci-fi type of movie. I'm a no on that. Raven?
No.
What?
So what?
I love obscure Keanu. I think the John Wick movies are awesome. I'm a definite yes on this.
Now the next one is aimed towards Holly and you guys. The Kid Who Would Be King is basically another Sword
King
in the Stone.
Arthur, yeah.
King Arthur type movie. It looks terrible. No. Raven, what do you think?
No.
That's a no all the way around.
Wow, the 2 girls it's targeted to. No. And now for streaming this week, this one actually I just missed last time. It's on Amazon. I don't know if anyone has it. Do you have Amazon Prime, Raven?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got it all. Netflix, Amazon. This is Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle is back.
Is this a
CG?
CG? Is this CG?
No, it's 2D, I believe.
Oh.
It's a series. I say yes. I like Rocky and Bullwinkle. Raven?
No.
Oh, my God, hating.
No.
No.
I'm a no, too.
No Rocky and Bullwinkle for any of you guys?
No.
Nope.
Now, back for his second season is Future Man. It's got that kid from the Hunger Games. It's kind of like a comedy. He's a schmuck that goes into the future to save the future, but it's on Hulu. It's second season. I didn't see the first season, so I'm in no.
Oh, I heard of it, but no.
No?
No.
I'm a what? I didn't know what it was. I don't know.
Also what? I don't know what it is.
And the last one's on Netflix. This has been around since we were kids. It's a new series on Netflix. I think it's animated. Carmen Sandiego.
I believe it's like CG trappings in a 2D thing.
Yeah, Carmen Sandiego was big when we were kids. I didn't like it.
You
then.
don't
I
remember the
like it
live
now.
action one when we were younger?
I know.
I think it was
watched
my
that crap.
generation. You're a little old.
Raven, what do you think of Carmen Sandiego?
Wait, what is that?
Yeah, what?
It's a geography. So, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Was basically every day, or every episode rather, they wanted to teach you about geography of a certain section. So, you basically utilize these geographical tools to figure out where in the world she was.
Nope. This isn't Dora Explorer.
It was like a more serious
No.
Dora Explorer.
Yeah, it was, I'll watch it with Lorna for sure. Raven?
Maybe.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
No.
And I'm a yes with Lorna. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I enjoyed it as a kid. I remember the song, Where in the World is Carmen? Do you remember that? How do you not? The only one?
I remember the song.
It sounded like a robot.
No, just when I sing it. That's my spin on it.
So there's a fast rapid fire. Not a lot of yeses there. Well, you guys are just negative.
You didn't say many yeses either.
Yeah, it's all crap. There wasn't any really music I recognized. So.
I think out of that whole list, I think the First Man looks like the best thing out of that whole.
Yeah. That.
New songs this week. Ariana Grande's new song, 7 Rings. That's a yes.
No.
Wow.
I'm with Raven. I'm a no.
I go with Raven too. You're
No.
out of Holly.
Yes.
You're officially out of the family.
Please bring us your torch, Holly. So now we had Raven. Do you like to draw? Do you draw any?
No.
I'm the only person.
She's more of an artist on the stage.
Oh,
That's what she goes for.
That's true. I forgot about that. Usually when people draw comics or comic type stuff, they use Photoshop. Photoshop's a big thing. Now, the other thing outside of Photoshop that a lot of manga and anime artists use, it's called Clip Studio Paint Pro, and it's a terrible name, I know, but it used to be called Manga Studio 5. Now the newest version is Clip Studio Paint Pro. And what this does is it takes all the extra crap for Photoshop. You know how Photoshop's also for...
Photoshop's intimidating.
Yes,
Photoshop's
yes.
very intimidating. With the layers and all that
Yes.
kind of stuff, it's very deep.
This program just makes it based for drawing comic stuff and cartoons.
So basically, it's just panel-based and like go through and color that panel.
Yeah, and it's got more features geared toward a person.
Well, I guess
drawing
let me
that.
pause you. How much is this program? Because Photoshop is crazy.
Yeah, this is $55.
Okay, so now we're talking because like you had to get like Photoshop elements to get something a little
Yeah,
more
Photoshop
reasonable.
is ridiculous, and now Photoshop is subscription, so you got to pay $54 a month.
It's all part of the creative, whatever
so
creative
you can't buy
studio.
You can't buy a Photoshop program anymore.
Okay.
So this you can, and you can actually get a disc to save if you want.
Okay.
And I got it on Amazon. I already had Manga Studio, but it's a great thing.
So hold on. So are we basically going to scan in our artwork and colorize that scanned in image?
You can do that,
Or are we
or
going to draw directly
you
into
can draw
it?
directly into the program.
Okay.
So you can do either one. It doesn't matter, whichever.
So
one
that's
you want.
if you were to draw directly in, you need something like a Surface Pro, or you need a Wacom tablet, or
Yes,
something
yes.
like that to
or
input.
you could do it with your mouse if you feel like you're
Wow,
that good.
you're impressive.
Yeah, you're impressive if you can draw some. But the two things that sticks out that I like about it over Photoshop, they got a stabilization thing, what it's called. Now, what happens on a lot of tablets when you're drawing on a tablet, when you draw, even with the most steady hand, you get like a jagged effect a lot of
Okay,
times.
like an alias look
yes,
to it.
yes. But with this program, it has a stabilization. It's smooth.
So it
looks like I drew
sees your
it.
stroke as intended. Is
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. And then
Okay.
it makes the correction auto.
So it's got some kind of algorithm to it.
Photoshop doesn't have that. This does. So that's so if you have a shaky hand or something like that, it helps you a lot. And the second thing is coloring. Like if you have a picture, right, and you got Winnie the Pooh, right, and you got his shirt that's red. In this program, you could pick the paint bucket and just
dip
click,
it in between the black
and his whole
lines.
shirt
Yeah,
turns
okay,
red.
okay.
Where Photoshop, you gotta outline
Colorize
it,
the
and there's a
whole
lot
thing.
more things. So it's got some nice features that Photoshop doesn't have, and it's just, but it's not for photos. Paint Shop Pro is just for comics and making
Hard line
cartoon
items kind of thing.
Yeah. You can't take a picture of Charles and put horns on his head and send it out.
Sounds like a nice picture. To be honest with you.
If anybody's out there is getting into digital art or comics or something along that lines, I highly suggest that program for $55. It has the same shortcuts as Photoshop. So for example,
So it's hand picking the items basically that it wants you to do.
it took all the good things out of Photoshop.
Because
and put it in
again,
there.
Photoshop is what people used to like do, like magazine covers and make Amy Schumer look pleasant and stuff like that.
yeah. So there you go. So Clips Studio Pro, it's on Amazon, $60. You might get it for $55 on sale. Highly suggest it if you want to draw. And now, what about? Okay, wait. Raven, do you know who plays Rocky Balboa?
No.
Are you serious? You serious, Raven?
I don't know who that is.
Do you know who plays Rambo?
Isn't it that one guy?
That oh my god!
Wait.
feeling old?
Oh my
It's that one
God.
guy, and he like. I know
That
what he
one
looks like.
amazing guy is what you're missing.
Hey yo.
I know what he looks like. Isn't he like Italian or something?
Yes.
He's the
Yeah.
Italian stallion.
I just
Oh,
don't.
Sylvester
Stallone.
There you go.
Yes.
She got it. we were feeling real old there.
Yeah.
I really
So-
don't.
You guys
know
didn't
why.
know.
I didn't know what you were talking. I was confused. I was like, wait, but I got it. Now.
Oh my god! I was ready to kill myself.
Charles' hero is
dude,
Sylvester
I'm
Stallone.
telling you,
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Sylvester Stallone.
dude, I grew up in the '80s, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, so he has his own shop now. I was gonna wear one today, but I was running late because of work and had to eat dinner and stuff because I'm a fat guy. And I was gonna put on one of my shirts. He has his own official store now. So, like my Rambo shirt that I wear, I got a great Italian Stallion shirt from there. It's the Sly Stallone Shop, and I just want to draw people's attention to it. Like, if you're a kid of the '80s and you want those, like, it says like "Win Rocky Win," like all the shirts that you loved in those movies, he's putting up on his official merch shop.
What's the
now.
URL?
What's that?
What was the URL?
Oh, it's just Just Google Sly Stallone Shop. Yeah.
Real question: how much is shipping?
I don't know. I bought a handful of shirts and got it for free. Why? What's going on?
because like
She hates
everyone hates shipping. No one
Yeah.
likes to pay shipping.
Oh, well, I'm a psycho, and I had a guy like 4 shirts, so they gave it to me for free. But the thing is, and I wanted to, so they got big man sizes. They go up to like 4 and 5X on a lot of the t-shirts, which is cool. The only thing is, like, they're a little pricier. So, like, each one of the t-shirts I paid like $30 for. But the nice part is they're a really high quality screen, silk screening and stuff like that. They hold up well in the wash. And they just look great. And I just wanted to, like I said, just kind of bring it up because I'm fascinated with it. Steve says, one of my childhood heroes is Rocky Balboa. I love the guy. You know what I mean? So, if you want any cool merch, they're also doing on his website, too, they're doing some prop replicas. Like, you can get, like, Sylvester Stallone's, like, Italian Stallion, like, ring attire and stuff like that. It's all official stuff, signed off by Sylvester Stallone. It's all really nice quality, and I highly recommend it.
That sounds good. I have a Mickey's gym t-shirt. I don't know where I got it. It wasn't Stallone Shop.
Okay. Yeah.
And it came in a pretty big size.
Yeah.
I wear 10s.
Really nice stuff.
So, Raven, if you could pick one celebrity that had a shop and you'd like to buy some shirts from, who would it be? I already know Holly. Sam Mendes.
That's already a thing.
Would it be a
Who do
Star
you
Wars
like?
shop?
Like a certain? Yeah, I mean, are we into?
Well, my crush is Leonardo DiCaprio, so probably.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
He's a
Wolf
little
of Wall
long in the
Street
tooth
t-shirt?
for you. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Isn't he like really old?
he's
You know
not
what?
really old. Easy over there.
He's like my age.
Minus all the medications we're on, but yeah, he's
Yeah, you might be. Who knows?
But the good thing about Leonardo DiCaprio, he's a big advocate for saving the planet.
Yeah.
So
He is.
he's very much into green technology and bringing awareness to certain ecological issues in this planet.
Now, what about if there was a shop that opened up that was all Netflix products? Like, you can get you a Glow shirt, a Stranger Things shirt.
They had
Fuller
that's called like
House.
that box lunch store. isn't it? Yeah.
What about
You
it?
wouldn't be into that one? Would you like that website?
I'd like. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, man, gotta hit that up.
But once
Well,
again,
she's rocking, like I said, like a glow shirt. Where'd
Yeah,
you pick
where'd you
that
get
up
that?
at, Ray?
I got this at Hot Topic.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did they have a lot of Stranger Thing merch at that
Yeah.
place? Yeah.
That's
Did you like Stranger Things, Raven?
I did. Mostly because it was 80s, but that was like... That's
Wait.
pretty much it.
Are you a big 80s person?
Yes, I am.
Then you better learn who Sylvester Stallone is immediately.
I was... yeah.
Maybe cut her off guard. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's like, I was half
So what's
asleep.
what's an 80s movie that you point to that it was amazing? Because I got one that you should know of immediately. It's called Coming to America, and they're making a sequel to it.
They are?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I
The
don't know
one
what
you
that
better-
is.
It's
Yeah.
one of the
Missed
best
out.
80s movies.
The other
Oh
one you
my
better
God.
know in the no sequel is The Goonies.
Yes? You watched the Goonies?
I've never seen the Goonies.
Oh!
I was planning to, but I haven't.
That's actually one I do know.
So
And
first of all, watch Willy Wonka.
Yes.
That'd be
and
good.
then
I know
watch
the
Goonies.
kid from Indiana Jones was in there. That's all I know.
Yeah, the Chinese kids. Slick
Yeah.
shoes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't think of his
So
name.
the Indiana Jones movies are on Netflix now. Did
Yeah.
you check those out? Yeah, those are great 80s movies.
And another one you got to watch because Netflix is coming out with a new series of it is Dark Crystal. You got to find Dark
We
Crystal.
still don't know what it's technically about. None of us looked it up or watched it.
It's a bunch of creepy puppets running around. That's
Yeah.
but they're making
And
a
then
series
you have to
about it.
watch any John Candy movie from the 80s.
Yes.
I suggest...
Caddyshack, is that one?
That's
Wait.
not John Candy.
But you should watch that.
Yes,
Wait,
you
what was
should.
the one we watched and he flipped
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles
He
is what-
flipped a pancake with the shovel.
That's Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Uncle Buck is
Yeah,
terrific.
is that the one with
Great
the big bear?
Outdoors, Uncle Buck,
No,
Summer
Great Outdoors is
Rental,
the Big Bird.
Planes,
I know
Trains, and
both of
Automobiles.
those.
I can keep going, folks.
Uncle Bucky was too lazy to get up and he just used the vacuum to suck the purple crumbs off his gut. Uncle Buck is a terrific
And then I remember
movie.
the other one with the big bear. And
And then you can always go like Heather's route and see.
The Molly Ringwald movies, you know, John Hughes and like Breakfast Club. You
Yeah,
watch
I
those?
saw that. I love that movie.
Awesome. All right,
Yeah.
big points. Holly, you're lagging.
So now we're going to talk about my favorite thing of the day.
Okay, now I screwed up here.
What is
I told
this?
you I had to work today. I didn't have a chance to make a 3-minute timer, but trust me, in the future, we're back to timers because we are back to wrestling.
Wrestling is back. How much you guys like wrestling? Raven, you love it. You know
Yes.
it. Yeah, see, that's
She's
right.
got a glow shirt on. She's got
yeah.
some wrestling.
We're talking about
on.
WWE, WCW, NWA, ECW,
No.
AWA. We're going to talk about it all. in 3
Ironically
minutes.
enough, I work with a girl who's obsessed with Roman Reigns. I just found out he has leukemia.
Yeah, he's messed up right now. So he's not even in wrestling right now.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like he's really he had it for years ago, and then it came back. Correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's kind of screwed right now. he's off the shelf. But anyways, the reason why wrestling is back is because this is the time of year from now to WrestleMania where wrestling gets. I'm not gonna say good, but kind of good.
Are we okay? Let me ask the question: are we working storylines up? So we're working to
Everything's
WrestleMania
leading
or to Royal
WrestleMania
Rumble
right now? So
I thought you said Royal Rumble.
well, Royal Rumble's coming up, but everything that happens at the Royal Rumble leads to stuff at WrestleMania.
It all flows. It all.
So
flows.
the winner of the Royal Rumble gets a title shot at WrestleMania. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then a lot of the stories
We're
all
setting
start
up the
from here.
Royal Rumble to
This
run
is
hard
where
and fast into WrestleMania.
They dig up the Undertaker and bring his 80-year-old ass back. Everything's coming back. This is a good time to watch wrestling. Re-up for your WWE network.
Did you re-up? Be honest.
I will shortly.
Okay.
The pay-per-view's not till next week. See, they're smart. They do it, the championship football games. Then there's that week of nothing, and then Super Bowl. They always have the Royal Rumble on the week of nothing.
Wow.
So smart thinking on their part because I'll watch
Vince
it. I have
McMahon's a
nothing else to
businessman.
watch.
Don't get it twisted,
Yeah,
folks.
he'll get it going. So wrestling is back. You girls are excited. I could tell. Now
Holly can't contain herself. I can tell by looking. Do you ever sit down and watch wrestling with him, or even like hang out a little bit while he's checking it out?
I'll be facing my computer.
So you're in the room, but you're not absorbing.
and she has headset.
And I had headphones on.
Oh, okay.
And Raven, have you
My
ever
favorite
watched
wrestler,
wrestling?
I can't even see.
Yeah, I used to watch. I mean, just clips, but not really like a full show.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Because the full show's 3 hours long and there's
Yeah.
some crap on it. But
I will
it's
tell
a
you
good
this
time.
though: I'm raising a mini savage. Lorna will watch the UFC like it's going out of style.
okay. I thought you meant Macho Man.
No,
She's gonna have a
I'm
beard
sorry.
and those
No.
glasses.
She's not the Mach, but I'm talking about like a savage for fighting. Lorna loves it. She was cheering. We were watching the replay because they actually had the Conor McGregor Khabib fight on the ESPN Plus, and I hadn't seen it. And I was watching it, and they were bloodying up, and Lorna was all into it. So
You have a demented daughter.
I'm telling you.
But now the other thing besides WWF or WWE is a new thing called AEW. It's a new wrestling federation. The only reason I'm bringing this up, it just launched over in
Now,
August.
I got to pause you for a minute. You and BV told me that there was a rival league that was already kind of got a following in Impact Wrestling. Is that right? What's the one that's kind of...
they were for a while, but then they tanked and now they're falling apart.
Jeez.
So this
The fickle
AEW,
world of wrestling, man.
this AEW is owned by the same guy who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars with that weird mustache,
Okay.
like that 1930s villain mustache.
So it's
he has.
kind of got like a TNA vibe where are we basing it
Right
somewhere?
now, it has nothing. They're getting. let me explain.
This guy just got kicked in the nuts.
So it's just got local shows in Jacksonville right now, but they got a TV contract coming after the first of the year, and the
But
guys.
it is after the first of the year. You're saying 2020?
No. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Anytime now, they might be
Okay.
up and running. I don't know. I saw it was an older news article, but like I said, the only thing about it is Chris Jericho signed with them, and Cody Rhodes, a couple of former WWE guys, and this guy is allegedly pumping a ton of money into it.
It
So-
sounds very similar to the TNA thing.
Yeah, but
Sounds
basically,
extremely
They
similar.
got a big. The reason why everyone thinks it's going to be the competitor is because this guy's got money and he's willing to put.
But
money
TNA, you just
into it.
laid
TNA
out
didn't
the
have any
same.
money.
But you laid out the same roadmap,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You signed a bunch
The
of
problem with
has-beens or never.
Well, yeah,
like-
TNA signed a bunch of has-beens. Jeff Jarrett actually owned most of TNA, and he didn't have the money that this Jacksonville Jaguar guy. He got a contract with Spike TV, then Spike TV fell apart, and pretty much Impact Wrestling fell apart. Because what little money they got from Spike TV, they blew it on Hulk Hogan, and he ruined everything. So that's what happened with Impact. So I think
Impact or
that's
TNA?
It's the same thing. TNA
Oh, I
Wrestling
didn't
changed
know.
its name to Impact Wrestling.
I did not know this.
Yeah. It didn't matter. They just sucked work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because what was the one that just sold out the arena just not too long ago?
That was Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. I'm sorry, I had it all wrong.
They don't.
Okay.
Really, they have a TV contract on it. Like
But you
midnight on
and
some
BD
weird
are
channel.
saying that this is an up and coming.
This-
Ring of Honor seemed like you guys were both really positive on the product.
Yeah, the problem was Cody Rhodes and a lot of the young wrestlers were in Ring of Honor, and they all left to go to this AEW.
Okay, so in theory, he's going to basically pull apart Ring of Honor.
He's pulling apart Ring of Honor and old wrestlers.
But to your point, he's also got some cabbage
there's
behind
rumor,
him.
yeah, and there's rumor they're going to get Goldberg to come in and do some stuff. And all
He's on the Goldbergs, though. You can't.
yeah, well, they're going to dye that goatee and tell him to go out and wrestle.
That's Coach's brother, man.
Yeah. So there you go. A little 3 minutes of wrestling. You guys excited about that?
No.
Raven,
I was watching this guy.
Now, what about football? Raven, are you a huge
Yeah.
football fan? Baltimore Ravens fan?
No, mostly Lions, but no,
Oh.
they don't win too much. But still, I
Yeah.
represent my
Your
Your
hometown?
hometown?
yeah.
I'd like to see them win, but they're never going to win, so we ain't going to worry about that. And they just signed a Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator, and so they're going to run the ball and lose 10-3 every game. Holly, what about you, football?
Nope.
You're such a hater.
Just Sam Mendes.
None.
Sam Mendes.
0 football.
So the big championship games are tomorrow. We're not going to bore you girls too bad. Rams and Saints. Charles, who do you like next?
Give me them Saints.
Yeah,
I think
Saints at
the
home.
Rams are great. I talked about it before on the podcast. I think it's an age issue with the Rams. So I think the Rams are very good. I don't think this is their year because of the age.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. And because Saints are at home. That's what I like. New England
I
versus,
went deeper. Steve went basic.
Yeah, New England versus Kansas City in Kansas City. It's supposed to be really cold.
It's supposed to be insanely cold.
They're going to be... Now, would you guys sit through a game in super cold weather?
I've only gone to one football game in my whole life, and that was the homecoming game at
You didn't
Annapolis.
even watch
And it was terrible because it was raining and freezing cold.
So, I...
Give me them Chiefs, son. I don't want to hear anything about them Patriots. I've discussed at length my hatred of Tom Brady.
Oh, wow. I still think New England's probably going to win this.
You're an idiot.
It's sort of his record. He was like 6-1 or something when he's the underdog.
You could play the same age theory I have on the Rams against the Chiefs as well, but I just cannot vote for Tom Brady. I won't do it. Much like the Big Ten.
Charles with Kansas City, I'm with New England, and we're both with the Saints. And the sad part is, after that, there's no football the week after. Well, the Pro Bowl, but nobody cares.
Yes.
And then we got the Super Bowl after that, week after that, and some other activities we'll be enjoying. Now, for the news this week, Holly,
What?
you owe me $2 a week, or $2 a month.
Nope.
Okay, Raven, you better pay your parents $2 a month.
$2.
If you two love Netflix so much, Netflix is going up $2 a month.
Heard
So
about
how much
that.
is it now?
Wait, let me ask a
12?
question. Let me pause you guys.
For
a
Holly,
minute
it's
here.
$19.95.
I don't want to derail the hatred
Ask
of like
what
all
question?
things trickle down with the ridiculous. Do you get an allowance, Raven?
No.
Do you get an allowance anymore, Holly? How does this
I
work?
still do.
What is your allowance?
10. I get the same as Lorna now. It was supposed to be 9. He's like, you know what, Michelle, we'll give her 10 only because Lorna got 10.
That's called union.
This is other union over here giving the kid $10. And she's like 6. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
So that's the cheapest thing I've ever heard, Steve. So you never got an allowance? So like, how do you get things? Like, how do you buy a glow shirt? Do you just go and
Well,
tell
like,
your mom?
say if it just depends. I don't really know.
Do you wait for like holidays and stuff like that, or
Sometimes, or this was like for back to school.
okay? So you got like a big influx of new clothing and new gear.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But anyway,
I like that theory, though. We should go with that with Holly. So, anyways, Netflix is going up $2 a month, and they're losing everything Marvel and Disney based,
Yeah.
which is less content for more money. It's a little bit of a bummer, but they're still low. I mean, you're still basically going to pay about, what, $14 a month?
Sure, but I think the thing is, you definitely, to me, Netflix, a lot like Planet Fitness gym memberships, you want to be low enough to not be on anyone's radar, if that makes sense. So, in other words, you're never going to look to cancel your Netflix because it was only like $10. When it starts to get like $20, $25 a month, you start to really examine, like, are we getting enough content for what we're paying? and
Now,
stuff
how
like
much
that.
is yours? Because you got the 4K stuff. I don't
Yeah, so I want to say I pay at this point, I can pull it up, but I think I pay like $13.99 a month right now.
know. Before the price hike.
Before the hike.
So you're going to be you're $15.99
I pay
a month.
$13.99 a month for Netflix.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Holly, you need to start paying for this inflation.
So
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
Nope.
it's coming out of your
Man.
$8 a week allowance.
You're down to $8.
So you don't have the 4K?
No, I didn't realize it. I didn't know it was another package.
Yeah, it's a so
I have
you
the
get
base
like
package.
multiple streams as well as.
I do have multiple streams,
Okay, so that was a
but
different
only
tier.
up to 2.
Okay, I think I can get 4 or something like
Like
that.
Holly and I can watch something in different rooms, and then if Bert or someone signs in,
Bert,
kicks.
he used to throw it off all the time. I
Yeah.
was so mad. He'd go, nope, I'm not doing anything. And even my mom was mad. She was like, it's your own friend. He can buy his own.
Wow, no
Yeah, a little
moochies.
bitter there.
Yeah.
Well, they're cracking down on that too. The sharing of the Netflix.
So somehow there was, and at CES that happened last week. There's an algorithm that's coming out. So they're going to sell it to all these companies that are going to see where you're signing these accounts in, and be able to like triangulate where in the country you are, and then start to flag accounts allegedly. But if you look at it, they've been talking about that for a long time.
So there you go. Netflix going up with less content. Now, Raven, the next question I got for you. This is a very important question. Did you see the Bird Box on Netflix?
Yes, I did.
And Holly, you saw it?
Yep.
Everyone here saw it but me. Now, are both of you familiar with the Bird Box Challenge?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
It's stupid.
Holly,
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what is the challenge. Just basically put a scarf on your
people
face
go
and
all
do
day
things.
with
Explain the
the-
challenge, Holly.
So the one I originally saw was on YouTube, and it was like the first one, and it's been on like news reports and everywhere. And they just went the whole day, and they wore a blindfold. Even they like in Bird Box, how you don't have to wear one inside like a house.
Yeah.
People are doing it where you wear it still like even inside the house to make it like more entertaining or have more like content. So then people are doing that, and like the one girl I watched, she like went on an escalator. And it like didn't go because like like the escalators that are flat though, like at airports, that's just like
He has phobias.
shoot you.
Moving
shoot you
walkways
across.
is the
Yeah,
word you're looking for.
that one. So
Yeah.
she was going on those, and she walked on the wrong one, and then she fell backwards.
So basically, it's like the Tide Pod Challenge of 2019.
Yes.
They're preventing idiots from hurting themselves.
Yeah, so
Netflix
what-
had to put out a warning, and
Well, what YouTube is doing is they're banning those videos now.
Yeah.
Bird Box Challenge, Tide Pod eating,
I'll be honest with
whatever
you, though.
else stupidity you can.
I'm just going to say this right now. I think that you should stop people from harming them, like from harming someone else, or like, you know what I mean, like any exploitative things. I think you should censor. But something like this, I don't see. If Holly wants to go and be an idiot with a blindfold on, I don't know if I agree with the censorship of that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
plus
Because that's a choice by Holly, if that makes sense.
And I would laugh watching her fall down an escalator.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, no, not that far. But like
That's-
people who like are making money off the video, like the one girl, she did it and she got a lot of views, so she made a lot of money off of that.
so
video.
then let me say the point then too. Take the monetization out of it then. So in other words,
And
still
nobody would post it because nobody would care.
no one would care.
'Cause you'll
So
get
in
the
other
money.
words, so the amount of views wouldn't affect anything, but you would actually get this content onto the world. I do have a weird, and me and you talked about it like with the Instagram thing and censorship of art.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that a lot of idiots running around blindfolds is art, but
sure?
what
Are
I'm
they actually
saying
gonna
is
ban it or demonetize it?
they're saying they're going to ban it.
Ban it. They're going to have them removed from
I don't
YouTube.
agree with censorship of what someone considers their art, and I guess if someone wants to show them walking around with a blindfold being an idiot as art, I guess I don't know. I'm kind of anti that kind of issue.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a slippery slope. So then who's to say Google and YouTube get a sponsor of, let's say, I don't know, something random, and then we review it here on the podcast, and Holly doesn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, so where's the line of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just kind of letting people put that content out there.
Let them do it. Let them walk into things. Let me watch it and laugh at them. That's all I
Just
say.
to Holly and my point, just pull the monetization out of it. Don't let them make money off of it, and see how quickly those go away.
So 2019 has been a unique year already. I've had some interesting things happen.
Just a couple.
But we want to talk about what movies to look forward to this
I love
year.
movies. Woohoo!
Raven, you love movies too?
Yes.
You go to the movies a lot?
Yes.
What movie theater do you prefer?
Just the one in Fairlane because it's
Yeah.
close.
Oh, we got a hot take from Heather here real quick.
What is it?
Deanna, Mrs. Coleman, just texted Heather, who happens to be best friends with my
Oh, really?
wife, and says that she loves Raven. I
Oh,
didn't know
yeah.
this. So say hi to Miss Coleman,
Hi.
who apparently is listening
See?
to the
Nationwide
podcast.
you're going.
So you got peeps, apparently. I thought you could get a kick out of that. And I didn't mean to take over your list here, but I thought it was a pretty good segment. I thought you basically want to go over some of the blockbusters coming up in this
Yeah,
year.
yeah. I
missed
mean,
two.
there's hundreds of. Well, no, I didn't miss him. I think he took him out.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. I
Aladdin and
thought
Dumbo. Did you take those out?
no, we can definitely put them in though,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm curious to see what people think about a lot of the stuff. Because a lot of this stuff on the list looks really good to me.
Yeah.
and I think I
It
just
looks like a busy
Are
year.
you guys like a sucker for movie trailers? Is it just me?
Yeah.
God, a good movie trailer is so
You
good.
see the
man.
Spider-Man one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you
yet.
don't like-
Oh
you
man,
don't like
Mysterio's
Spider-Man.
in it.
There's so many
You
Spider-Man
don't like
movies.
Spider-Man,
It was-
but it looks so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it
I
does.
love Spider-Man.
Yeah, so
So apparently the four of us, well, at least three, and maybe Charles, are going to spend a lot of time in a theater this year.
yeah,
Because there's a lot. Now I'm not going over the independent films, and there's hundreds of other
these
movies
are just
too.
those big name movies that
Yeah.
are going to hit throughout 2019.
These are the one that makes 100 million without even blinking an eye.
Yeah.
So the first up, what do you guys think of Lego Movie? The second one, more for Raven and Holly. What do you two think about this movie? Are you excited for it, or
Yeah, because I love Legos.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited. It's
Yeah.
a good movie.
did you both like the first one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
People laughed at me when I went and saw the first one, and
Dude, the first Lego movie was awesome.
We were
Yeah.
like 10 when it came out, and I'm gonna see the second one too.
I think
It's
Mr.
good.
Schwarzenegger, also known as Chris Pratt, because he's now going to take his wife, well, his soon-to-be wife's last name. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
He's going to be Chris Schwarzenegger, just so you know.
Are you being serious? Right now?
See it? No, I'm kidding. I'm just talking trash. But no, I think he's really funny in those movies. I also think it fills the void that Shrek used to do, where not only is it good for little kids, it also has a lot of like adult humor in
Yeah,
it too.
yeah.
It's really good. Those
It's
Lego
appealing to
movies.
both groups, I think.
Yeah.
Now that comes out in February, and also in February, How to Train a Dragon 3. It's got some subtitle. I don't know what it is. Are you
Now,
guys?
The first two people loved.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
liked
guys see
them.
the first two, Raven?
I did.
Oh,
You didn't
yeah.
see any of the Dragon movies, Raven?
No.
I haven't either, and I know that people like it got like nominated for like an Oscar like best animated movie and stuff like that. The
Yeah.
first one did.
I mean, I like both of them.
I think it's more of a rental.
I don't
For
run
that
out to the
one?
theater to see those. I usually watch them on Blu-ray when they come
Because
out.
it's just a DreamWorks animation thing. It's not even a Pixar
I think we
movie.
saw the
It's-
first
I-
one in the
yeah.
movie theater, but I don't think we saw the second one in theater.
That's in February. Now, I think Dumbo comes out right around the same time. This is a live action by Tim Burton, so it's got that Tim Burton feel. It's even got Michael Keaton
super
in it.
good. It looks super good.
I wasn't a fan of the Dumbo cartoon, to be honest with
But
you.
that weird, like big-eared, like
Yeah.
CG Dumbo looks crazy.
I don't like many of these remakes, so be honest, I won't be seeing it.
Wow.
Raven and Holly, what do you guys want to say about Dumbo? Do you guys want to see it, or have you guys seen the trailer?
Yes.
I saw the trailer. It looked cool, but no. It just freaks me out. I don't know.
That freaky little elephant? Is that what you
Yeah.
said? Or Dane DeVito?
He does look.
Which one's freaking you
'cause
out
it's-
more?
It's got that Tim Burton vibe to it. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
super dark, and you're just like, what is going on
Yeah,
here? Yeah.
I'd say probably another rental for that one. I wouldn't go to the theater to see
Your
that
mom's
one.
going to make you go with her because
Nah,
I'm not going to see it.
Well, come pick up Lorna. Whatever.
She wants to see Dumbo?
Oh, I think I do. That's the sad part.
So that's pretty much February. Now in March, now this is Raven. She's already touted this one. Captain Marvel comes out. This takes place in the 90s.
Now, this is a
And
bad chick with a weird CG younger Samuel Jackson.
Yes,
correct?
yes. They somehow made Sam Jackson younger.
Yeah.
Well, some of it was CG. Some of it just slapped a wig on him to go
Oh,
out there.
okay.
Yeah. So there you go. Hey, okay, so Raven, obviously you want to see this?
Yes.
And let me derail the conversation here. What is Captain Marvel's power or like story in a
Raven,
short
do you
little-
know this, or do you want me to?
Well, in the comics, it's a long story, but like in the comics, pretty much it was like, I think it was like her boyfriend got kidnapped by aliens, and somehow she got his powers when he died. I think I don't really remember the story too much, but then she got the powers, and
I got the power.
But in the movie, I don't know. I think it might be different than in
Oh.
the comics.
in the
So
movie,
she gets alien powers, essentially.
she's a fighter pilot here.
Yeah.
She crash lands, almost dies. An alien comes down, saves her, and takes her away to their planet, and then injects her with like alien blood, and she gets these superpowers.
Who does she battle?
She ends up joining like a Space Force type deal, and she's battling against the Skrulls, and the villain from actually the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He's in.
Don't they tie? It
Beyond
ties in with the Avengers, the Endgame.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
It all ties in.
Do not
Captain
roll your eyes.
Marvel. I mean, it is what it is. She never sold very well in comics.
Okay.
They've redone her storyline 3 or 4 times.
So then, is this
she's
gonna-
now a lesbian, actually, in the comics.
Is this going to be their answer to the Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Is that
They're
what
even
you're
marketing when it says a hero. They take the A and the O off and just says her, and then A and the O comes up.
Oh.
So they're like, ooh, we're edgy.
Jeez.
Love you because
We're edgy.
Yeah, I know. So that's coming out in March. Now, right after that, the next month, this one looks a lot of
This
fun.
is really good.
Shazam
Zachary Levi.
with the guy from Chuck.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Have you guys seen the trailers for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are your guys' thoughts?
No.
No!
I want to
I
see
think
it.
it's
Is it because it's DC? Is that what you're telling me?
I like DC, but I just don't know. I feel like it's
Did you
kind
see-
of childish in a way.
I want to see
It's a
it.
mature superhero.
I think it looks good.
No, she watches Star
It
Wars.
looks funny.
What? Did you see Aquaman?
Yeah, I love Aquaman.
Oh, well, I guess she ain't too biased.
Yeah, wow.
Not a total Marvel fanboy or fangirl. All right. After Shazam, now this one is more Steve than anybody else. Hellboy comes out.
So this is the guy with Stranger Things.
Yeah, the
now
sheriff from
taking
Stranger
over the
Things.
role of Ron Perlman.
Yeah, he plays the Hellboy guy, and they got such a muscular suit. He is not muscular at all.
It looks
compared to-
good. I saw that trailer.
That
I'm like,
looks good.
yeah.
I mean, girls, what do you guys think?
Probably
No,
not.
no Hellboy for either one of you. Huh?
I thought it looked good. I'm with Steve, and I'm not. You know what I mean? Like those first two Hellboy movies are pretty good.
And then, of course, in April, I can't believe this is coming out so close. We might be. Are we right on that date?
I
this-
looked them all up. I could be wrong. So.
I know 3 of us out of the 4 are going to see this regardless. Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
I'm a no.
Like, I've seen Spider-Man come back
Is
to
it
life.
so? Let me ask the question. So, Avengers: Infinity War was the first part. Is this
Yes.
part 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't
The,
even know
the
that?
coolest thing
I
about
have never seen it, and I will not see it just to irritate you.
spoilers, but the coolest thing about Avengers Infinity War is it did an Empire Strikes Back.
Thanos came down and destroyed everyone. I got
The
you.
bad guy won. You don't ever see that
Yeah.
except for like Empire Strikes Back, and now that one. So that was cool about
That
it.
looks so
Even though
cool.
they're gonna undo everything they did in that first movie
Yeah,
with
there's
this
gonna be
next
some
movie.
They
alternate
can't leave Spider-Man
universe
dead.
hole.
They can't.
Everyone's gonna come back to life. It's gonna. That's
No,
gonna kinda
I
suck,
thought
to
one
be
big
honest with
person
you.
is gonna stay dead.
Yeah, well, we don't know
Probably,
yet.
yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. because he probably wants. From what I understand, that guy makes like over $100 million a movie now. He gets like $49 million up front, and then he
And
gets
just
back
back ends it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they want him like, okay, he died.
We got to get Iron Man out of it.
Yeah, Iron Man's got to go. And same thing with Captain America. He's starting to crack in a lot of money. So the two
What's
of them.
that guy's name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah. So now this next
Who
one.
seems like a really good guy in real life, kind of a Chris Pratt kind of dude.
Yeah,
the two
yeah.
of those guys are way too good in real life.
Now the next one. This is another Steve movie. I love giant monsters and giant robots. Godzilla, King of Monsters. I like the first Godzilla, and I like that King Kong movie that came out.
The Skull Island was really good. Let me ask the question: there's a Godzilla that's on Netflix. Is that related to this?
Is
or
it animated?
no? It looked like it was. What's the Bryan Cranston Godzilla?
That's the one that. Yeah, this is the sequel to that one.
Okay, now does this have ties to the Kong movie?
It will. They're gonna.
Okay,
They're gonna
that
tie
whole
all of them
thing's
in.
gonna all wrap together.
Yeah, yeah. But this one, he's fighting Mothra and the other one, the 3-headed dragon. I can't. Oh man, I lost my monster nerd cred. 'Cause I can't think of the mon. But there's 2 monsters that he's fighting in this one that are popular from back in the 70s in the Japanese movies.
Okay.
And you guys don't know this. I grew up as a little fat kid sitting in his underwear every Saturday,
Would've never guessed.
watching Godzilla movies.
Now he's a fat
Shocker.
kid in his underwear.
Now I'm a fat kid in my underwear watching wrestling. Now, anyway, any interest from you two to see?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw
Oh.
the last 2, remember?
Yeah,
Mom won't go. Only me and you go.
Something about giant monsters destroying buildings and stuff. I just love it. Gotta see it.
Even though
I
the
think I
last
have-
one, they didn't show much fighting scenes with like
Yeah.
Godzilla and the one.
That
They
was
would,
the knock on
They
the
would like
first
go
Godzilla
for
movie.
it, and then it would like switch back to people. And you would
I
just
think
see
I
the
have some
background.
homework to do. I think I got to watch that first one.
Watch that one in Kong Island.
I saw Kong Island. I thought it was very good.
Or Skull Island. Sorry.
Skull Island, yeah.
But after
I'm a
this
big John
one,
Goodman guy. Yeah, it's
the
like-
next one is supposed to be Godzilla vs. King Kong.
So we're working toward.
Yeah, yeah. So there you go. All right. So we got some monster fans in here. I didn't see that coming. Now the next one, Dark Phoenix. This is the last Fox X-Men.
Now
movie.
let me stop you for a minute. Now the Uncanny X-Men cartoon that existed a long time ago, the Phoenix Saga that was in that was some of the best cartoon stuff you could ever see. Is that what this is?
That's what it's supposed to be.
Okay, now I'm actually interested in this, just based on my childhood love of the Phoenix Saga stuff and that.
I don't know how far. I haven't heard a lot about this movie. Now this movie is supposed to come out this fall, and they postponed it till next year. I don't know if that was because of the Disney buying them out and thing, whatever was going on.
Sophie Turner plays.
Yes, the girl from Game of Thrones plays the Phoenix. There's a lot of young guys and people in it. None of the old people are back. So Patrick Stewart, Ian
it's like a first class thing or something. It's kind of in that. Yeah,
it's got
that stuff was really cool.
McAvoy's in it. I know that. And who's the guy that plays Magneto? The new guy. He was in Assassin's Creed. Can't think of his name. Is there any love for X-Men from you guys?
I hate X-Men. What? They messed up their universe. It's just weird how they did the movies.
I think a lot of that goes down to Sony having the license as opposed to Marvel Studio.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I think Raven looks for more of that tie-in that people just tend to love with that Marvel stuff. That just don't exist in the Sony.
And the X-Men, they swayed away more from the comic than any other comic movie. Like you think about the first X-Men, they're all in leather. I mean, Wolverine was blue and yellow in the comics, and how come the Marvel movies can make Captain America look like Captain America, but the X-Men they got to look like leather bikers?
They're like their take on it.
Yeah. So they changed quite a bit. So I understand where she's coming from there. Now, I think around the same time, this is where Aladdin comes out. And Aladdin, Will Smith is the genie.
That looks so bad. The
genie literally, he's not CG. It's just Will Smith dressed like a genie.
He has hair on his head. That's it.
It's terrible. It looks bad to me. I don't want. Like I said, I don't like the remakes. What do you guys think? Do you want to see the Aladdin?
No.
Wow. I feel like if they changed
that's
genie,
the age group they're going after too.
If it was like a CG genie, I know a lot of people don't like that, but I feel like
there's got to be some kind of effect. It's not just Will Smith like googly googly.
That's what it was on Cover
it's
Entertainment
Will
Weekly.
Smith.
Yeah.
They had Aladdin, they had Jasmine, and they had him, and he's just sitting there, and he's literally like
Coming
cosplaying, dressed like a genie.
Probably a rental again because
I don't know, man. These remakes are very hit or miss. That Beauty and the Beast one was pretty terrible too. The clock.
Dude, that Lion King one looks awesome.
That's the only
that's
one.
Coming up. That's coming up.
That's coming up.
That Lion King one, you gave me chills from the trailer. I'm just like, man, this is so good. Chills.
So apparently Disney wants to own the summer because then they're going to hit you with Toy Story 4.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
I gotta be honest with you. I have a full disclosure, and Holly's gonna stab me. I've never watched a Toy Story movie.
That's all right. Toy Story is not the best.
Oh, I thought for sure she's gonna kill me.
Monsters
I've seen all of them.
Oh, I love Monster Inc. I love Sully.
Yeah.
But
Sully
Toy Story is not the best. A lot of people's favorites are Toy Story, and I don't like it that much. But I mean, I definitely want to see the new one. You know,
I don't think it needs to be 4 of them, and they don't need to have that many Cars movies either. But now this one,
I'm more into the Plane series with Jane Cook.
In July, this is the one we saw that we were already geeking about. Spider-Man: Far From Home.
So, again, if you guys seem to be way into this, let me ask the question. So they just released the Spider-Verse. You and Randy talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was a CG take.
Yep.
Now here is their 2019, because again, Sony's got to keep pumping these out.
Mm-hmm.
Is this another? Are we rebooting?
No.
What are we doing?
You remember the last one with Michael Keaton and Tom Holland, Spider-Man: Homecoming?
I know of it. I'll go with
that came out about 2 years ago. This is the sequel to that.
Okay.
The Spider-Verse is nothing. It's on its own storyline.
It just was compliant for the Sony licensing.
Yeah. Sony's cracking them out so they don't lose but they're making a ton of money now, and they partnered up with Disney. So the Spider-Man: Homecoming and this Far From Home will have story elements from Avengers: Endgame.
Oh, okay. So they're definitely in bed with the lineage.
Yes. They've all made up. They're all smoochies.
I'm so excited. I love Spider-Man.
Raven, are you excited as Spider-Man as Holly is?
I'm just confused because
so was Charles.
I'm confused to is it before, is it after type of.
It's supposed to take place after Endgame.
See, I don't know why they released a trailer. Because then it's like, oh yeah, he's alive.
Well,
most people have
everyone knows none of the Avengers.
You want a little more suspense out of an Avengers movie, like who's going to make it, who's going to make it.
Looking at this schedule, Avengers comes out in April. They could have saved the trailer till after the Avengers came out, and then they wouldn't have spoiled anything. Technically, they spoiled it because Spider-Man died in Avengers. Yeah, spoilers.
He had the most
like
emotional death, and then you see him happy, and the new trailer's like, wait,
I don't feel good. I'm dying.
Yeah,
he just fucking dies. Freaking dies. sorry. And so you're left at the end of that movie thinking he's dead, and then you see a trailer of, oh, here I am, I'm all good to go. So
that's the Raven's point.
Yeah, that's her point.
Yeah,
so that's kind of a bummer. Now, this is the one we just talked about, and it comes out in July. So, yeah, Disney is straight going to try to win the summer. The Lion King comes out in July. So
Jon Favreau directs.
I saw the Jungle Book, and I hated the animated original Jungle Book. Me and Holly
With
and I watched
Baloo
it.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it was just so terrible.
A lot of singing and a lot of cheese
but
balls.
this new CGI Jungle Book that Jon Favreau did recently, that was fantastic. All those
I've never seen it. Yeah.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, you should probably watch that before the Lion King. Just the CG alone on those creatures, or animals, I should say, is pretty amazing.
yeah.
And they kept some of the music. So this Lion King looks great. You guys, what do you think of the Lion King?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have an affinity to the cartoon?
Affinity, what's that mean? Like, do we like it?
Do you have a love for the cartoon?
A lot of people. It's a lot of people's favorites. Once again, I just think it's like all right. Like I like it.
Yeah.
I only saw it for the first time like 2 months ago.
Seriously? Wow.
A lot of people's. I think they did mainly two people's. A lot of people, when you ask them what their favorite Disney movie is, they say Aladdin and Lion King because I feel like that's most like gender neutral. Like a lot of people both like it.
Ooh, gender neutral.
I've never seen Aladdin.
No?
No.
Robin Williams steals that movie as the genie.
And now they replace him with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith can be funny when he wants to be. I just disappointed.
But
that
if they
just
used
him
his voice as a
Yeah,
CG
it's just
character, it'd be
his
much
voice.
better than
Yeah.
just him.
Well, we're
chilling.
getting away from the Lion King here.
My favorite Disney movie is The Secret of Nim. Just so we're all on the same page. You guys don't even know what that is.
So Lion King, that's going to be a huge... I like how they say it's a live-action Lion King when nothing in it's actually going to be alive. It's all CGI, so I think that's funny. Now, this one is...
A lot of big name actors in it too, or voice actors. You know what I mean? Like you got, what do you got? Childish Gambino. You got Seth Rogen.
Seth
John
Rogen plays
Oliver's
Pumbaa.
in it.
I want to see what Pumbaa and
Beyonce,
Timon
too.
look like.
Beyonce's in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
She plays
Beehive
Nala.
will be
She
there.
plays the mom, right? Is that who?
Nala, I think.
Yeah. James Earl Jones is back as his dad.
Gotta love a good James Earl Jones. Man.
Yeah. So now this next one's interesting. This is directed by the guy who directed The Hangover. Robert De Niro's in this. Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker. It's
Joaquin.
Joaquin, how do you say his name? It's, I guess, an origin story about the Joker, but no Batman. So does anyone want to see a Joker movie with no Batman? Raven?
No.
And Holly? No?
I never even heard. I didn't know they were coming out with that this year.
I gotta see the trailer for it.
I don't think there's one out yet, is there? Because I was gonna say I didn't.
No, there
hear
isn't.
of it.
There's been clips online, like pictures of him dressed as like a Joker, but. And now this one I know Charles is gonna have to go to regardless. Frozen 2, Let It Go. I really don't want to see
There's
this.
no way they can capture the magic that they somehow harnessed in that first one.
Well, they made like $2 billion.
Dude,
or
something insane. There is no way they do that.
They still make products for that, like the first one, like, and everyone still buys it.
There's no way they pulled that off twice.
Raven, did you see the first Frozen?
No, actually, we left the theater because
What?
we left the theater because I don't know, I wasn't feeling good, so I've never seen Frozen since.
Wow.
You haven't missed much.
I've never seen it. I don't even know what the
You
premise is. I know it's something about you find a...
Are Holly and I the only ones that saw this
Okay,
movie?
like I'm not gonna lie.
I own a copy of it and I won't watch
Way
it.
too much music in it.
A
Way
little too much music, but like not gonna lie, second one's
So,
probably gonna be good.
let me derail this conversation. What is your favorite CG movie? Like, what is your favorite Pixar movie, I guess?
Oh, my favorite Pixar movie is Monsters Inc. or Up. Those are my favorite.
Up?
I love Up.
I'm with you on Monsters, Inc., but Up is not that good.
I like Up.
I think Inside
was
Out's
sad.
amazing.
That's Pixar? Oh yeah, it is. I like
Inside
Inside
Out
too.
is awesome.
Inside Out, Pixar.
When they get the
yeah.
sequel to that, I'll be there with...
Inside Out was really good.
Yeah,
I'm in the
really
minority.
good.
I like the one with the fat dad and the girl that shoot arrows.
Brave?
Brave. I like Brave.
That's
No,
regular.
I
Oh
haven't
no,
seen it.
that is Pixar.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
Pixar.
good.
I liked Brave.
And then yours is Monster Inc.?
Yeah,
Love Monsters.
my favorite.
And then my favorite Disney one is
That's what we just talked about.
no Pixar and Disney.
They're two
They're
different.
two different. I don't know my
I
favorite
can't deal
Disney
with
one.
your tone.
Mine is
Alright.
The Little Mermaid. That's my favorite Disney princess one.
My favorite Disney princess is Tangled. That's a good movie.
That
Let me
was-
guess.
Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had Chuck in it. The guy plays Chuck. Zachary. What is his name?
Zachary Levi.
I just can't believe you never saw Frozen.
I
That's
think
crazy.
it's just I was old
It
enough I
was
could
just
refuse.
too much. People like talked about it too much, and I was like,
Never could
Yeah,
live
there
up to
was
the hype for
overkill on it.
Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, finally, to end the year out, and this Raven, you should be excited about it. Hopefully, they fix their problems from The Last Jedi.
So,
J.J. Abrams is back. It's the newest Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to see it. Are you crazy? I don't even have to ask.
Look at his shirt.
Yeah. Are
Dude,
you
it's
going to
gonna
see
be
it,
awesome.
Raven?
Of course.
Holly,
She'll go.
Yeah.
get the car.
I always go, but I don't know what.
Let me ask
what's
the question. So let's nerd out a little bit here. How do they answer the fact that there's only 8 people and now we have a dead Carrie Fisher?
Well, I've already heard it's a time jump. So the next movie's like 3-4 years in the future.
So they're not even going to explain what they did. They're just going to disappear and allegedly like cultivate a new following.
Yeah, well, the scroll's probably going to tell you that they've been recruiting more members to the rebellion and blah, 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 blah.
Where'd they hide, though?
That I don't know.
They're not going to address that? Like, really?
They're going to have to.
There's 8 people in the Millennium Falcon at the end of that line. I mean, let's be honest.
So who's in it? Luke Skywalker. Is Rey and Finn in it? This one?
Yes.
You gotta understand,
Rose.
Luke Skywalker technically isn't going to be in it.
He's going to be
He's going to be a Force ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah, that's the only thing he can be.
That they messed up with that. That whole scene was ruined. He wasn't there fighting. People waited for this for 2 years, and he wasn't even fighting. He wasted his. It didn't make sense at all. So I was just thinking, like, are they gonna redo it, bring him back?
To play devil's advocate, it's a very monk-based thing. It's like the ultimate in sacrifices. He sacrifices himself to save this rebellion of these 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a very sacrificial monk thing to do, which is what they've painted the Jedis to be in the entire universe. I'm not here to justify that movie.
Sucks.
I'm not here to.
It wasn't good.
But
He took a giant turd and died.
was that
I'm
the
just
one
saying.
that fell asleep in? No, I didn't fall asleep in that.
Yeah, but I mean, look what
Mary Poppins and Princess Leia.
I'm not
Mary
here
Poppins,
to,
Princess Leia.
I'm not here to
Justify that.
justify that movie. That is
That
not
movie
what
is a turd
but
sandwich.
I think you have to push that. You got to do something. At the end of I mean, look how Obi-Wan died. I think you're also like you're rewriting history of what Star Wars was. He just stood there and got like, robed down. I mean, you know what I mean? Like Star Wars does. I think that we tend to give a lot of passes to the OG stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of issues in there, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at, like, when Anakin's dying in Luke's arms, you know what I mean? Like, that whole sequence is pretty cheesy, too, and you're just like, yeah, you know.
But if you watch the Clone Wars and Rebels, and you would know that by the time Obi-Wan fights Darth Vader again, he has learned how to pass on to the next life to become a Force ghost. He learned that from Qui-Gon talking to him. All while he was on Tatooine protecting Luke.
So
he knew by dying and guiding Luke Skywalker as a Force ghost, he would be more powerful to help defeat the Empire.
So what you just made is exactly what they could say Luke is about to do for this whole crew.
That's
You're
so
making
great.
your own point. Plus, he already had the Jedi ancient text that they kept referring to 55
I don't
times.
care that he died. I care that you didn't even get a good lightsaber battle with the guy. You didn't even get one last hurrah, one heroic exit. You got a space ghost from 10,000 miles away who did some dodging and got some Just for Men because his hair got all dyed all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And he got in a little bit better shape. It's amazing. And then he just died. That was my problem.
That sounds like what Raven's problem is.
He didn't
as
have his
well.
heroic goodbye. At least Han Solo got
You go out
fights
on your
and
back
stuff
kind of
and-
thing.
And
I
yeah, he
know
got
what
killed
you're
by his son, but he got some stuff in there. That was my problem. He hid on an island and then died on that island. That's all that happened with Luke Skywalker. Where everyone else
but
got
I
the
think that
heroic-
they're going to play with the island thing. They're going to say his remorsefulness for what happened with Han, and you know what I mean. Like, you look at it. I think, and all of us rightly so. I think we look at it as being very basic stuff. They're trying to be and I'm saying try. They're trying to be way more cerebral with it, and it kind of falls flat. I would say.
Well, she's a different age demographic than me, and she still thought it sucked too. So it's not just an old guy being, I liked it better when I was a kid.
I didn't say that was the case. I'm just saying there's a lot of. What do they do though, Steve? You know what I mean? Like you can't keep having the same 5 things over and over again because then we're like, it's like Alabama winning the national title every year.
I know that was the rap on The Force Awakens that it was too familiar with the other
The
stuff.
Force Awakens is so good. Raven, Force Awakens.
It was good. It was alright.
That's the best one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Force
the
Awakens
only
is
it was
really good.
Yeah.
No, that one I fell asleep in 5 times. That
Rogue
was
One
awesome.
made
You
me
just like Rogue
cry.
One because it had the most battling of any of them. You're so.
And there was no Jedi.
Yeah.
But it had the best Darth Vader scene you ever seen in your life.
Dude, he's OG
Rogue
on
One
that.
was boring.
Rogue One was sad because I didn't no one told me the story of Rogue One, so I came in the theater like, oh yeah, like they're gonna win, but everyone died. So I cried in the theater like, what happened? But yeah,
I didn't know what
shot.
happened.
Yeah.
When it went all light, I was like, what happened? What happened to the people? He
Yeah.
had to tell me. He's like, they all died. I was like, oh, that sucks. And I walked out.
yeah.
So, if you were to say your top 3 Star Wars movies, Raven, because we're not talking to Holly because she doesn't count, what are your top 3 Star Wars movies?
Well, The Empire Strikes Back.
I'm a weirdo. I'll tell you why.
I can't think of the. I always forget the very, not the very first ones, but like the beginning of the trilogy. What's that called?
New Hope.
A New Hope. That was alright though.
She just hit A New Hope with it was all right. That movie's amazing. How dare you, Raven?
And I'm trying to think of the name. I'm really bad at the Star Wars names though.
And then I guess to Steve, what are your top 3 Star Wars movies?
Rogue
Go.
One, and Rogue One. No. Rogue One.
If you had to say.
Rogue One, Empire Strikes Back, and I'm gonna go solo for the third one.
Wow.
Rogue One's your favorite?
Yes.
I thought you said Empire Strikes
It's just
Back was your
Steve. You gotta. You talk about like I'm raising a savage and I'm a savage. Steve needs armies and destruction. There's a big rule for Steve. He
Rogue
doesn't-
One's like the 30 dozen in the Star Wars universe. You never would have saw. If I tell you they're gonna make a slappy Disney Star Wars movie, but guess what? All the heroes and even the wisecracking robot are dead in the end. You've been like in 1991 or 1987. You've been like, what? No one would believe that. Right?
See, now I'm a little weird because like my favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi. I
That's
love
my
Return
third
of the
one.
Jedi.
Which one is
It's
that?
so good.
There's nothing
It's
wrong
the
with that.
third of the OG trilogy. It's one that had Jabba
The
truly
Ewoks.
in it.
Yeah.
It's where they introduced like this fleshed out universe, and you're just like, holy cow, man! It was just so deep. And then my second favorite is The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens is so good.
I like
The Force Awakens is, dude. I mean, oh my god, killing Han, dude, it's just so good. You know what I mean? Like, Force Awakens is amazing, and then my third one's Empire. You know what I mean? Like, and then
can't
to
go
your
wrong.
point, I think Rogue One is definitely up there. So
Say Holly, Rogue One's up there.
it's great. But Steve waits. If you put any kind of hardcore, he really wants to watch Saving Private Ryan in a bunch of different universes. Is all he wants.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. Well, there's many reasons why I liked Rogue One.
Are you
Like I
wearing
said-
a Rogue One shirt right now?
I'm wearing Rogue One right now. One, because like I said, all the heroes died. You don't ever see that really in a major movie anymore.
You just said that Avengers Infinity War.
Well, they're going to ruin
Half
it with
of
the
them
next
died.
movie.
Yeah.
Only
Then the
half
next movie's
died.
going to bring them all back, so the first movie's going to lose all its potential or potency. That was one. The other one, you didn't get deep into all the Jedi crap. Sometimes the Jedi stuff gets a little... So look at the prequels and all the 5,000 Jedi just running around everywhere. Kind of takes the specialness away from those space wizards when there's too many of them and there's too much of it. That's another angle I liked
and
about
again,
it.
a hardcore Star Wars nerd would say that was the Renaissance period for,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so...
So, okay, we're going to bore a bunch of people. We can go all night on Star Wars.
I love it.
What are you going to say about small business?
Yeah, so... And I talked about it earlier in the podcast, how I wanted to go down a whole Aloe Black... I want to get a bunch of his CDs. I'm old school. I don't just go to streaming stuff, as both of you look at me like I'm a caveman. I like to buy physical CDs. And somehow in my head...
You have a CD player?
A CD player? Yes, I have a Discman that I... No, what do you mean? Like, what do you... Like, in my car, I have a disc drive in the car. I have a CD-ROM drive on my computer.
Oh. A lot of cars don't have that anymore. My mom's car doesn't.
Okay.
That's why I was wondering. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah. No, so... I was driving with Heather and Lauren in the car, and I was like, I want to go get these CDs. You want to go to the music store? I'll get these CDs today. And I go over to Dearborn Music. I don't know if you... Have you guys... I don't know how... You guys aren't retro cool enough to know that they're into records yet. I'm sure...
I am. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure Holly in like 2
Holly
years...
is not.
I still
I
have
do
a.
2
records.
years, she's
I have
going to
a
be an
VHS
annoying record
machine.
girl, and we're going to be like, what is going on? You know what I mean? So we went to Dearborn Music, and I try... And you and I had this conversation about that little video game store on Telegraph. I try to go and support these mom and pops, shopping small like they always want you to do. I'm like, hey, the Dearborn Music is like a Dearborn institution. They're supposed to have everything. They'll have these Aloe Black CDs. I go there. They got 6,000 Allman Brothers CDs, no Aloe Black, no nothing. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want to support these small businesses, but
how big is the CD selection at Dearborn Music now?
It's pretty huge. I mean, it's the whole. So basically, I thought
it was mostly records now. No,
it's kind of half and half. It definitely is catering to an audience, but like my Andrew McMahon CD that I recently talked about on the podcast, I bought at Dearborn Music. So you can get current CDs, but if you have a dream of like getting, if Raven, for example, hears a song and is like, hey, I kind of like that group, I'd like to hear some more of that music. You can't just go to Dearborn Music and buy any back catalog stuff. It's just not extensive enough. No matter how. So here's the thing: like as a consumer, you want to like shop small, but like Amazon can have it to me in 2 days. You know what I mean? Like so, it's tough, and that's one of the things where we had that small video game store. Me and you were looking to buy Street Fighter that time, and they didn't have it the day it was released. And I'm like, what do you want me to do here? You know what I mean?
You're trying to support small businesses, but it's almost impossible when they don't have it. And the other thing I don't like, if you go to a small business and they've raised the price $5.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm trying
don't
to help
chisel
you out,
me.
but you're charging me an extra $5.
And they probably have different overhead than an Amazon, and I get all that. But like, we live in a world now where Amazon exists. I can't turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, so if I want to go down a whole rabbit hole of listening to Aloe Black, I just go to Amazon. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of my whole rant. It just drives me nuts.
So Raven, if you wanted to go buy a new song or CD, where are you getting it?
Barnes & Noble.
Oh yeah, they got a music
that's pretty
section.
decent, yeah.
You're not. I know Holly.
I would just go on
Holly's
Spotify or
YouTube or Spotify. I thought Raven was going to say that.
No, I have Spotify, but like if I really wanted, because I was gonna put these records on my wall, or like just to collect them too. But,
So,
yeah.
What records are we talking about?
Well, The Weeknd came out.
That's the guy with the Gumby hair?
He cut it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lana Del Rey had one.
Okay.
One of my favorites, Tovlo. She had one. Like I think she came up with it a month ago. She said she had a record one.
So do you have a record player, to Holly's point of the CD?
My brother has one.
Huh?
But I was just going to collect them.
You just like the look of the artwork of them kind of thing? Like
Yeah.
you pinning them to the wall and stuff? That's cool.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Keep them in good shape. You can collector's items later on.
Well, you know what's funny is you can actually go online and just buy the sleeves, too. You don't have to buy the actual records if you're going to pin them to a wall.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of cool.
Oh,
Someone has personality unlike other people.
Hey, little Miss YouTube over there.
I have a CD. I have one.
Do you...
She got it with the
I got
Shawn
it for free
Mendes.
with the Shawn Mendes tickets.
So,
It's all about Shawn Mendes.
do you guys use the Ripper programs to strip the music out of the YouTube stuff?
What's
or you
that
just...
mean?
They don't.
Huh?
Like download it from YouTube.
Yeah.
Well,
It costs
YouTube
money.
Premium that we have, you can download the song, so you can play it when you don't have
You
Wi-Fi.
still have YouTube Premium?
Yeah, I kept it.
You have to, because you have no choice.
The crackhead at the end of it.
Yeah, wow.
No
Well,
commercials.
you can download it onto your phone and you can do playlists offline and stuff like that from it.
Yeah, I
But
have
you
those
can't
on
burn
my
it.
phone.
They won't let you burn it on a CD.
So, but you could easily just buy get the stripper online.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
But so to the point. So when you want to listen to YouTube stuff, Holly, you typically will just download it and then just play it back. Now, do you download the whole video at that point, or is it just the audio, or can you pick?
You can pick the video.
Oh, okay.
You could do either or. But yeah, so YouTube, I'll just download it and then you can play it when you're like walking home or something.
Or walk into Raven's house and your grandparents' house.
Yeah, and then Spotify I use when I'm like at home doing.
Do you
something.
guys walk and listen to music independent of each other, or do you just?
Yeah, I do.
So you'll walk with headphones on. Each
I
one?
don't.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends.
Sometimes Holly just goes on and on. You just got to turn off the headphones.
Kind of true, but
She's got diarrhea of the mouth sometimes. She's trying to be nice and not say it.
Sometimes Holly won't shut up.
All right, well, that's going to wrap us up for this week after everyone got snowed in today. So enjoy your football games tomorrow, the championship games. I know Raven and
Chiefs.
Holly will. Yeah. I'd like to thank Raven for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks.
And I'd like to remind Holly she's never getting an iPhone. So
No.
catch us
If
on
that's the only thing I asked for my birthday.
Fat Guys on a Little Podcast, fatguyslittlepodcast.com.
Always plug.
You can get us iTunes, Google Play.
Hold on, does
Alexa.
Raven have anything you need to plug?
Yes, you need anything to plug anything?
No.
Oh, plug
You don't-
Willy Wonka. Tell
Yeah,
people to
yeah,
watch
people
Willy
know.
Wonka.
You can plug your Instagram.
You can see
Oh,
her.
what- what's your Instagram? No, no. Say hi to Miss Coleman one last time.
I miss home.
All right. And
Raven's so nice at Instagram. Or whatever. What is it called?
right.
Raven's so nice.
We'll catch you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.